I've been applying and applying to get a tag to this northern part of the state. So this is actually my 8th year of applying, and finally I drew this tag. This is not an easy hunt by any means. I may have passed the bull that I waited 8 years to have an opportunity at. Hopefully there's a silver lining at the end of this hunt. That's the game you play when you hunt. I've got a little bit of hesitation, but that's it, no regrets. First morning we met at 4:30, followed the horse trailer up to where we saddled up and we rode in. When you have a hunt like this that you've waited 8 years for, it's easy to be excited about it. It's easy to get up at 3:30 in the morning and to get going.
Day one.
Well, Wyoming's been good to me in the past. I shot the biggest bull in my life with a bow years ago here in this northern part of the state. So I've been applying and applying to get a tag to come back. This is actually my 8th year of applying, and finally I drew this tag. I didn't know a lot about the area. I had no idea actually how big it was going to be. As soon as the sun came up, it was easy to tell we were going to put a lot of miles, on the horses. Riding 3 or 4 miles on a horse, we get a pretty good start. When you get on the horse at 5 a.m. and the first place you stop to glass, it's already been light for an hour. We could have the horses up here for a while and glass down this big canyon. I mean, there's miles and miles we can glass. Garrett immediately saw a bull, 3 canyons over. Quickly, we jumped behind the spotting scope just as he was feeding over, and we got a good look at him.
So obviously I can just see the top of his back, but if he puts his head on.
He was really a nice bull. He had actually third points that went out past his main beams. So it was a kind of unique bull.
The widest points is thirds.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Look on that left side.
Garrett's like a brother to me. We've hunted all over the world together. He's my wingman. We spent a lot of time together, and I really trust his opinion and kind of what he says to do.
We saw some horns early. It was really exciting.
From 3 miles away, he looked like he was just the bull we were after. We kind of made a game plan, followed the trail around. Zach kind of had an idea where the trail was going and where this bull was going to go bed. Back on the saddle, back on the trail. Well, it took us a couple hours to finally get over to where this bull is. So, time had gone by. We had no idea how deep the canyon was or what the terrain looked like. We just figured he was going into bed for the day.
We're gonna watch these pines.
It wasn't, a minute that Garrett spotted this bull again. And Garrett got really excited. When Garrett sees a big bull, I can tell. I've hunted with Garrett enough to know.
It's not what we wanted to see.
When you come on a hunt like this, you kind of think, I either want to see a big one or I want to see a small one. So you kind of takes the decision making out of the equation.
You either kind of see the bull you want, or you break it down and you study and say, oh, he's not quite what he was. This bull really didn't do either to us.
He's a beautiful bull. He's not great anywhere, but he's
good everywhere. He's just a solid 6 point.
We knew we could shoot him. We knew we could take this bull if we wanted. The setup was perfect, the bull was broadside, we had everything working for us. So therein lies the problem to a certain degree. What do we do, you know? So, of course, I've got my 8 years, you know, in the back of my mind that I've waited for this hunt.
It was a tough decision. That was a nice bull. It was a bull Kregg and I probably didn't want to see on the first morning.
I try not to get too much into the scoring and what he's this and what he's that. To me, it's much more than that. Day one, this was just kind of one of those dilemmas. Of course, you want to fill the freezer and you want to put meat in the pot, but you know, when you've waited that long, you know, you want to take a good trophy too. After consideration and thought and wrestling with emotion, you're not going to shoot the big one if you shoot the small one. I'm not saying this was a small bull. This was definitely a branch antlered, mature 6x6. We decided that this would be a good bull to pass on. Hopefully there's a silver lining at the end of this hunt. We knew we could take this bull if we wanted. The setup was perfect, the bull was broadside. Everyone's opinion mattered. You know, what should we do?
But we gave him a good look over. I spent probably an hour in the spotting scope just looking him over.
It's hard to know if we pass a bull like that.
We're gonna pass. Stamp on it.
It's hard to watch, you know, it would have been nice to see him go down. Camera light was nice. And, I'm proud of him for passing. A lot of people wouldn't pass a bull like that. He's as good as they get about, you know, making a decision, trusting his gut, and living with the consequences. And we're gonna find a better bull. Having just a real quiet evening, didn't see anything else. So it was a long ride out.
Day two. So we'd gone through a little bit of emotions, highs and lows. We were obviously saddle sore.
Day two felt like about week 2.
Saddling horses now and on the trail again. Be light here quick and we'll be chasing bulls again. So loading up packs, getting ready to go.
Back up 4:30 next morning, back on the horses. We were going up the different draw. High expectations, but we knew we hadn't seen a lot of elk. We'd been, you know, we'd seen a couple of bulls in however many miles of ground we covered. So
There's not a lot of elk in here right now, so I don't know what's gonna happen today.
we were still pretty sore. We were kind of hoping we could turn something up sooner than later.
You know, what we're told, this unit holds some great elk and a lot better numbers than what we're seeing, and we're gonna trust the guys that we're talking to.
We rode into a different spot, set up for the day, and glassed and glassed and glassed. And more of the same, you know, more big country, more glassing.
So we were sneaking around a couple of these ridge tops, and as we had tied the horses up, we heard a bugle up there in the trees. It was a little warm, so it was a little surprising to me to hear it. It was probably 10:30 when we heard it.
But this bull's bugling is just beyond that. We're gonna try to pull him out on this knob, set up, and see if we can actually turn him up. I mean, who knows what his bugle is, what he sounds like. He sounds big, but
We got out the cow call and the bugle and kind of put a little stand on this bull. He wasn't real excited to come out of those trees. He was content to stay where he was. We ended up bumping him out over the top, but it wasn't anything we were going to chase, so I think it worked out for us.
Looked like a 6, small 6. Yeah, 5. We'd get off glass, go to the next spot. We figured it was about an 8-mile ride in one way to where we finally ended up tying up the horses for the day.
we made it up to this highest point in this whole area. It's a big rocky outcropping that you can look in every direction. hopefully in the next 7 hours of daylight we have left, we're going to be able to turn up a big bull in this area. It's a great vantage point. We can see for miles and miles. So.
Got to a beautiful vantage point. We're hunting one of the prettiest places in the world, hands down. That, you know, made the trip worth it, made the long miles in the saddle worth it.
Glassed and glassed and glassed. The weather's been hot, the moon's been out, there's been things playing against us, but we were pretty excited to get up here. We really never turned anything up. We turned up one bull the whole day. You know, we kind of made the decision that that was how this hunting was going to be.
You know, it doesn't take long when you're chasing elk in remote country to start wearing down a little bit. It is. It's physically very demanding, emotionally, it's pretty difficult.
It was the end of day 2, again, exhausted, again, saddle sore. The elk just aren't moving. So we thought, you know, we've got some other priorities, we've got some other things we can do, and let's come back. And so we've made the decision after weighing all our options that we're gonna pull off. You can't control the weather, you can't control the moon. We're gonna get out of here, we're gonna go back, we're gonna get a couple weeks of work done, and then we're gonna come back up here.
We're gonna roll into November, hopefully some weather comes in, moves these animals around.
The reality of it is we may eat tag soup. I may have passed the bull that I waited 8 years to have an opportunity at. That's the game you play when you hunt.
Will I know that I have done you wrong? Just give me another chance. Will I know that I have done you wrong? Just give me another chance.
I've got a little bit of hesitation, but that's it, no regrets.
Just give me another chance.
The weather's been hot, the moon's been out, there's been things playing against us. The elk just aren't moving. So we thought, you know, we've got some other priorities, we've got some other things we can do, and let's come back. And so we've made the decision, we're gonna pull off.
We're gonna roll into November, hopefully some weather comes in, moves these animals around.
We may be in the snow, we may be in the fog, the rain. One thing's for sure, it probably won't be 65 degrees and, you know, t-shirt weather. Obviously the weather's changed. It's the second part of our elk hunt for 2014. It's probably 50 degrees colder. It was below 0 for a few days.
We got what we wanted. We pulled off this hunt because of warm weather. Plan was to come back when we got some colder weather. It's kind of one of those things where you got to be careful what you wish for, because this weekend we got about 6-8 inches of snow up in the mountains. I think it hit about -30 in a couple areas near Cody.
There's a part of me that's wondering why we didn't pull the trigger on that first chance we had, but hey, no regrets.
Today's kind of a down day. We're spending the day looking at what kind of access we have. Our first trailhead that we rode out of on day 1 is snowed in.
There's no way in heck we're gonna get the horses and trailer up here, so we may have to start from way down the canyon and add a few extra miles to the horse ride.
We had to break a few snow drifts with my truck to get up in there.
We found some bighorn sheep. That was really neat to get to see some of those. That's something you don't see every day.
The animals are out. The antelope are staying out all day. The deer are down feeding all day. Paul pointed us towards some sheep this morning. Just real cool. It's a great time of year to be out. Late season, cold weather.
Saw a couple real nice rams, got us fired up for turning up some animals. 3:30 we met Zach. He had the horses all ready for us in the trailer, and we made the long trek up there to the trailhead where we're gonna get everything saddled and ready to go for the day. So as we're riding in, you know, it gets light. We've been on the horses about 3.5 hours at this point. We're riding through this burned area, and we see a bull down below us. Small 5-point, you know, we knew he wasn't a big bull, but the way he reacted, this is a good sign of what we might see to come. You know, he was a small enough bull that we didn't really give much consideration to if he was a shooter or not. We knew we had to keep going, but again, that was that little bit of motivation to keep us, you know, in the saddle and pushing forward. And it wasn't long before we ended up seeing a few more. We ended up finding a spot to tie the horses up. We finally got off, and it was about 10:30 at this point. And this was the first area we decided to glass from. There wasn't really much up. We found a few bedded, a few that were miles away.
Is this the one that you think has potential?
He just looks. He's got some decent mass. He's
Short on his thirds.
We chatted about what to do next. Most of the area we could see, we couldn't really access. It was too far to go, and there was no trail.
Like I said, the journey continues. Hopefully, we're going to turn something up, and
We would go down the ridge and see if we could turn up some milk a little bit lower.
Well, we've spotted another bull. They're few and far between, but they're in here. They'll just appear out of nowhere. I mean, he's only 300 yards off the trail, but he's in some trees. Can't tell quite what he is. Craig's gonna run grab the scope, but haven't seen the bull we're looking for. A lot of 6 points, nothing great. Not what we're here to shoot. Not this far back in, anyway.
And he was a 5x6, really neat looking bull, but just again didn't have that wow factor that we were looking for. The weather was still cooperating enough that we knew we could, if we got to a point, you know, persistence was going to pay off at one point.
we've got maybe, shoot, an hour left of light, and we decided to come look down this same drainage to where we saw the bigger bull from our first go around. And up in the top head of this drainage, there's a 6x6. He's the best bull we've seen, for sure.
We could tell he was a good mature 6-point, tall, just kind of had all the makings of a bull that we figured is one of the top higher-ended bulls in this unit that we'd seen.
He's 935 where he's bedded.
You know, we have the gas in these guns to be able to make that shot.
The wind's got a little right to left, but
The wind started kicking up. We were on that ridge back. You know, maybe we can get just a little bit closer. He's bedded. It makes sense to maybe slip down this ridge a little bit and get a little closer, especially when these gusts were going from 5 to 15 miles an hour. You know, we go through the range, we go through the wind, we go through the setup, and everything was just perfect. Now all we needed was the bull to stand up.
694.
But he stood up right there, stretched out, and it was a perfect clear shot for me.
Smoked him. Put another one in. He's going downhill. What was it? He's dead.
He's down.
Boom.
Boom. You got a dead kicking out.
He walks forward and then he just tips over. Well, the tree right there just propped his horns up. So when the bull's head's up, you think, man, maybe I got to put another one in him. But you know, Garrett says I hit him perfect. He went straight down. Of course, I didn't see him go down. So, but sure enough, you know, he went 2 or 3 steps and was done.
Perfect. Good shot, dude. Good shot.
This hunt had become a group effort. We were all invested. This bull was as much, you know, Paul behind the camera or Garrett or Zach as it was mine. The difference of making that shot at 935 yards versus where I ended up shooting at 700, that's a 6-minute wind call down to I held 3 minutes of wind just by moving closer.
Boom.
We still had to hike back up out to the horses, and then we had to make the ride around the canyon and ride down to him. It took us about 30 minutes to find him, and by that time it was pretty much dark. It made it difficult for some recovery footage, and we aren't going to have a lot of that. But
Awesome man to an awesome hunt of 2014.
you know, all the hunts I do again, this will be one that will be one of the top hunts I've ever been on and been part of. And you know, again, there may be some bigger bulls out there, but man, this was the one that just left us with no regrets at all. Being able to share this again with Garrett and to pull it out like the way we did, and be able to notch our tag on a bull like this, you know, it just kind of wrapped up those loose ends for us.